garden. Let's all go to the garden. Let's all go to the garden to buy ourselves some food. We are trying Garden 30 for the second time today, and you do not need to watch me picking up my shovels because I already had some of y'all on the live. This is perilla. Perilla is edible by us, but not by my ruminants. It makes their tummies hurt. But this is my potato patch. I was hoping to dig this potato patch before family came, but that did not happen. And then I had to restart this whole live because, chat wasn't working. So there we go. Now that I have 0 people watching, I'm sure Justin will figure it out. Definitely post on social if you see me talking that we are live. I'm doing Garden 30 early because I thought, what better way to have fun than to go out on the hottest part of the day and start digging potatoes. This is a potato vine right here, and it's died back. So now we're going to see, did we make potatoes or not? And it's only 83 degrees today. It's been darn near 100 for weeks. So I thought, let's see what happened. So far, no potatoes. That doesn't mean anything now. Fun part about digging potatoes is, look, I got a potato. Yes, we have a potato. I'm pretty sure there should be more than one potato. Ha, there's another potato. One of the cool things about planting potatoes is you get potatoes. That's not the cool thing. You end up really digging up the soil when you harvest potatoes. So that's fun. Okay, so guys, if you've not been on the Garden 30, hi Mona, hi Adrian. Hopefully that's everybody who said hi. I'm doing my best to see chat as we go, but I'm also digging potatoes today. Gonna get my trusty crate. Audio might get a little funky if I get too far from the phone, but when you plant potatoes, guys, you end up with really well worked over ground where you dig the potatoes, and you end up with potatoes. So far off plant 1, I've gotten these 2 beautiful potatoes. Good afternoon. And my phone's kind of in the sun, so I'm gonna craft a hat for my phone out of this little thing. See if I can shade it a little bit. No, that's not gonna work. Spent half my Garden 30 fashioning phone shielding. Problem with doing Garden 30 in the day when there's sun coming out is you end up needing to make a hat for your phone. Ha! There, my phone has a hat now. I should take a picture of that with my phone. Oh wait, I can't take a picture of that with my phone. Anyway, we haven't done a live chat in a while because I got mini potatoes growing under my cannabis. Seems like they like each other. Cool. I didn't plant any cannabis because it seemed too risky with as public as my house is to do anything like that. Cannabis is not a thing that is approved of too much in Tennessee, for the record. Okay, so now I'm just forking the ground, and when I see a potato, ooh, look at this, it's a big one. Got a big potato. So I haven't been live because my family's been in town, and is what it is. Phone hat, that's right, we got a phone hat. What's interesting about how these potatoes grew is they're all like up on this pepper plant. So, another potato. Another big potato. Cool. I prefer pitchforks to harvest potatoes with. Okay, so that one plant yielded 4 potatoes. That was a quarter potato. That is not the best potato crop I've ever had from a single plant. Oh, the hat fell off. Hat goes back on. But I can't complain. They won't even steal it in Washington anymore. Cheaper than tomatoes. That's what all the free market people said would happen if cannabis became legal, is that there'd no longer be a decent market for it. And then it would stop being such a big deal. And the crime around it would cease. And then they did this big in-depth thing in California claiming, and you know, I don't have any reason to disbelieve them, that in fact the cannabis growers in California are having all sorts of theft problems. People are sneaking out to their fields. Here's why you don't companion plant with potatoes, because you're going to do this. And then, you know, now you're telling me in Washington you can't even steal the stuff. What, does it grow like, oh, I don't know, zucchinis? People just open your car door and throw cannabis in the door this time of year because it's all coming on so fast? Just curious. I don't know a lot about the cannabis crop. I had a great visit with my niece. I did experience some vomitous events. I think she might be allergic to melons. Who knew? I like to find things out the hard way, right? So pitchfork works a little better for potatoes, but you still accidentally stab them from time to time. So I stabbed this potatoes for dinner tonight. Plant 2 is having a much better crop than plant 1. It's always kind of true. You ever notice how your plants on the edges don't do as well as the ones in the middle? See now, the ground's kind of hard. It's going to have to use the stump, loosen it up. Whatever I plant here next, though, is going to be super happy because I have disturbed the ground. Apparently, you're not supposed to put potatoes back where potatoes were because, you know, laggy things. Oh, all sorts of things. Wow. This particular potato plant thought, I'm going deep or I'm going home. So I really advise, if you're going to harvest your potatoes, don't choose the hottest part of the day. But as I said, it's now like 83 degrees, which is more than 10 degrees cooler than last week. Oregon now has 100 million pounds on the books. That's a lot of cannabis. That's a lot of cannabis. Also, this pitchfork, not super happy with me. Okay, I'm only going to use that after I've loosened the dirt. So 100 million pounds of cannabis, and that's a lot of cannabis. We had a year here where the ag department was really encouraging farmers to get their cannabis going, and for us it's hemp, so it has to be below 3% THC, and you have to register. And the way they rolled out the plan the first year was that the registration was open at a specific date, and it took so long that by the time you got registered, it was no longer ideal to plant it, and yet people did. And then a whole bunch of farmers bought in, right? And coffee bean market update. Coffee crop is solid. I'll tell you what, shipping's expensive. That's why coffee beans are going up. Good that coffee crop is solid, because they had some challenges with that last year in Brazil, and everybody panicked and bought Brazil beans. And Brazil is a bean I like, but I was like, whatever. If I have to change other countries' bean, hollow roast blend, I don't care at all. It is what it is. I'm sure there's a much more fast and efficient way for me to do this. So I'm trying not to disturb. See, I got tomatoes right here. Like, these are actual tomatoes, not, you know, tomatoes. I understand heirloom tomato is code for not heirloom tomatoes. When I talk about heirloom tomatoes, I actually mean tomatoes. Just another little thing I learned this week. Something related to Roe versus Wade, where they were talking about going camping is code to going to another state to get an abortion. And then they were like, and heirloom tomatoes are really cannabis. And I was like, well, when I go camping, I actually just go camping. And when oh, no, so coffee market is sold out? Is that what you're saying? Sold out coffee crops. Well, it's funny because coffee bean prices went up, 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 and then they went down a little. And then I ordered some because I like to have plenty on hand for my coffee customers at Hollow Roast. And something odd happened. Um, Usually it takes a week for coffee to get here on the freighting system, and I figured, we'd be all messed up because the like who wants to prioritize some small boutique coffee shop on their shipping, right? I ordered on a Wednesday. Later on that Wednesday, I was already being called for a delivery schedule by the freight company, and they would have delivered it Thursday, except for I didn't recognize the number. It went to voicemail. I didn't check it till after hours, and I got those beans on Friday. That's how fast they shipped them. This is with our diesel crisis and our shipping problem. Apparently, not everybody's experiencing delays. So, Central American crop is gone. I'm still getting beans from Central America, but that is beans that are already imported, I guess. But South America is where a lot of my beans are from right now because Africa was all locked up. So I think if you read my newsletter, we had a really hard time getting Rwandan beans in. And that's one of my more popular beans, right? So I ended up, retraining, like giving customers alternative flavors they could try to the Rwandan, blah, blah, blah. Got people settled on a nice Honduran bean. And then, boom. Rwanda suddenly showed up on our shores. And that's good. Because then that meant that I could actually give those customers the Rwandan beans they like. And of course, it's a new crop of Rwandan, so it's a slightly different flavor, but it's pretty tasty. So the coffee market's been interesting to watch. Like, I think we'll still get beans in no matter what, so long as we don't have mass disruptions to the international shipping market, which we did have. Like, we've had ongoing mass disruptions to the international shipping market, and that is like containery things that need to go from port A to port B and then get divvied up into trains and trucks and whatever and sent from our ports. Oh, that was a nice big potato I cut in half with this shovel. Too bad I don't have a pitchfork up to the job. Look, this one would have been that big. That's where I see issues with the coffee business, and then also any farms that are using fertilizers or whatnot, maybe having some trouble getting their hands on those. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. All I know is prices went up, up, up. They came down a little bit, and I was like, I'm gonna grab me some coffee, and I did. I got coffee. Ooh, the mother lode. Is there more mother lode? Wow, all these potatoes. This is not even the best soil for growing potatoes, and I got lots of them. I'm gonna get a bushel. Look, more potatoes. So I'm just doing the best I can with the coffee. I figure a good roaster can roast lots of different kinds of beans. Also, my phone hat fell off. Got to get the phone hat back on. Whew. What else do y'all have to say to me? Ethiopian withdrawals. I just got Ethiopia in. I don't think I've put it on the site again yet, though. I'll be rolling out some Ethiopias. I understand Food Forest Farm might be you talking about coffee right now. I can't actually see well enough to see who's talking to me. I understand one of your signature Brian blend beans was hard to come by, and you finally got them in. So your customers are going to be super happy when they can get Brian's blend again. Brian's blend's a really good one, guys. Food Forest Farms. Good friend of mine and fellow coffee roaster. I learned a lot from him about a lot of things, including coffee. He was at the infamous event where I declared in front of a room full of 80 people that I would never go big on coffee. And here I am, 6 years later, running a successful growing coffee business. And I have decided we're not going to go big factory. Like Black Rifle Coffee is a huge industrial building, set of buildings with a big staff, roasters the size of my house, all of those things. Oh, yeah, it's scrambling. It is Food Forest Farm. You're in a pinch? Well, Brian, if there are some beans you can't get that I have, let me know. Because maybe we can get them. Sometimes things are available over by you that are not available over by me, and sometimes things are available by me. So maybe we can work that out. But Ethiopian is a good, tasty coffee. And I just do that as a seasonal on my account. I don't have it in one of my long-term ones. The Holoros blend comes from a farm in Colombia and a farm in Brazil. Sometimes I change farms because we run out from one farm or another. So I try to get the same flavor profile as close as possible. All that good stuff. See, now my potatoes are being kind to me and just going shallow. So this is nice. So I said I would do this in the middle of the day because it was only 83 out and then the dang sun just came out. Oh, look at that. Big tomato vine in my way. Go up there and climb and be happy. I love cattle panels. Look, there's a tomato on it. It's like that big. It's the size of a potato. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Got halfway done with the row. Funny thing about harvesting is you end up spending half your time weeding and rearranging things. Okay. There's going to be a mother load. So what's been going on while I've been gone? It's been a week, guys. I haven't heard from you. Anything exciting? No fourth wave coffee. Stay small. Yeah, I'm going to stay small. I do have somebody else helping me with the business now, though. If you subscribe to the Hollow Roast newsletter, you already know Michelle. Or if you buy my coffee, every so often you get a note from Michelle, because Mama Sauce has been helping me for years. But my friend, and she's kind of a neighbor, she's not super close, but she's the person who knows enough about livestock to be able to help me with watching the farm while I'm gone. And she has her own livestock, so she doesn't stay here. Other people stay here, but she can recognize bloat in a sheep, for example, which is good because not all house sitters can recognize that. So having her come by when I am out of town is a huge relief to me. Just from I know my animals are going to be observed, and she knows what looks wrong. She has some idea of what to do. She probably knows more what to do than I do when there's a problem like bloat, because she has a lot of goats. My goats came from